Unlock the full power of your Lumix camera. Introducing Lumix Pro. From mastering every setting to creating with ease, this course is the key to technical confidence for any project and any job. It's the start of your mastery. One payment gains you lifetime access to a growing library of tutorials, digital downloads, sample footage, private live streams, and more. Don't just own Lumix. Become a pro with it. Hello. My dog's looking at me like, you talking to me? I have no idea what the sound...
My dog's looking at me like,
oh, there we go.
Talking to me?
That sounds really good.
I have no idea what the sound... My dog's looking at me like, oh, there we go. Talking to me?
All right, sorry. Welcome, everybody, to the new stream setup. Mighty long time no see. I know, I've been doing a lot of traveling this year. But finally, I am back for a month. And now my cat's playing with my XLR cable. Hopefully he doesn't bite it. Welcome to the new stream setup, though, guys. I stayed up pretty late last night trying to get this all set up and working, so... yeah, it's a change. I wanted the live streams to start feeling a bit more... what's the word? Less polished, I guess is the best way to put it. So, yeah. Farrell, I'm debating between choosing an FX3 or Lumix equivalent in the near future. You know, I just realized, like the other day, the FX3 is pretty old camera. Old, quote unquote. FX3, A7S III. Those are kind of older, you know? A perfect timing for the stream, bro. Just driving to work 6 a.m. New Zealand time. Let's go. Driving to work. Kwasnik, I appreciate you hopping in at this early hour. If it's 6 a.m. New Zealand time, I think I need to do the streams a little bit later in the day, like, 12 p.m. Like, that's what it is right now for me. It's 12 p.m. Maybe like 2 o'clock for me. Sounds like the ways to go. Sound is freaking solid. Yeah. I'm glad to hear. Looks crispy clean. Stolen valor, by the way. Why is that? Authentic? Yeah, I guess authentic is another way to put it. Like, there's nothing wrong with, like, my desk setup over there. You know, with... I guess I just wanted to be, like... okay, this is my my thought and opinion about live streaming when in the, like... film, like, videographer, content creator space, is that nobody's really figured it out quite yet. So over there, my setup over there, it's a lot, it feels like a gaming streaming setup. That's what it feels like. So I wanted it to feel less gaming streaming like. I loved I love that setup though. But yeah, I wanted the stream to look different. So authentic could be a good word, I guess, you know. Mighty says it looks really good. I have, this chat window over here is also working exactly how I was hoping. So yeah, I'm figuring things out. We got the call outs down here. Well, and it's like, there you go. We got the call outs here on this side, and then the chat over here. but then my laptop's over here, and it looks like I'm looking at you guys, and hopefully this is that large enough for you guys to even read on a phone? And it looks like I'm looking at you guys. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you guys can read it on a phone. That's all I care about. It doesn't really matter too much because you're going to be chatting anyways. What's it called? Chatting through the live chat. But this is only for the replay. But let me answer these questions and then I'll get into my thing about streaming. You're Lumix Daddy. I am the L-mount father. I don't know about that. Why do you say you're the L-mount father? The L-mount father is going to be a content creator or somebody like that owns like Leica, DJI, Blackmagic, Lumix. Who else makes an L-mount camera? They're going to be somebody that owns all four of those and makes content on all four. That's who the L-mount father will be. So if you're that guy, you will win. Also notice there is no music in the background. I don't know how you guys will... let me know, give me feedback too. If you guys prefer, the streams I've done in the past, I've always done music kind of in the background during this time. So, excuse me. Normally I have some like slight music in the background. If you guys prefer it just the way it is, let me know. If you'd like some slight music in the background, I can add that in. So I went live the same time as Lumix. Whoops. How dare Sean bleed into my live stream? How dare he? Is it Sean that's live? Hold on, I gotta look. Oh, here we can do it this way instead of looking on my. We can do it on my phone. Let's see. We're back, AMA. It is Sean.
You have full access to, as opposed to people like myself, where I don't run into overheating with the camera. Same if you look at the general creators out there, that there's a lot of them that they never have overheating, so it's not an issue.
Hey!
For some it is. The biggest thing...
Guess what they're talking about? Overheating. On the S1R II. Overheating. On this bad boy. Anybody here in the chat have the S1R II? Besides me. Anybody have experience rocking it? From the live stream. Oh, yeah. I remember. Yeah, I was on somebody else's live stream while I was at NAB. That's the one we're talking about. Yeah, DJI is part of L-Mount Alliance. Sounds like Cam. Cam is probably the closest thing, Cam Mackey, to the L-Mount father. But I guess, he also uses not just L-Mount stuff. So I don't know if he can claim that title. The only reason I can claim, quote-unquote, Lumix Daddy is because, in a way, there's others that could probably claim that title, but only because I'm more like the S-Series Daddy, because I was one of the original people making content on the Lumix S1RII and have still been making content for years. I wouldn't even claim that title when I owned a Sony. Okay? Now I don't own any Sony cameras. I mean, it's been a while. You guys know this. It's been a while since I've owned any kind of Sony camera. So, hi from France. The S1 Mark II is on the way. Is it possible to have BRAW internal using DaVinci? It could be a game changer. Otherwise, I'll probably go with Nikon this time. As far as any future cameras, I've seen the rumors, but they're just rumors, so I don't know. I don't know about that. But Is it possible to have B-RAW internal? I am probably not the one to ask for that. I think it would be awesome to have B-RAW internal. No idea what that looks like in terms of like Lumix getting that, because, you know, I feel like if you want B-RAW internal, you kind of just have to go with Blackmagic. Is Blackmagic going to, you know, allow anything like that? I don't know. That's a good question. You know what's a little fun fact, you guys, is that I think I told you guys a while ago, but I actually bought a Pixis, but I don't have it anymore. After the 12K came out and I got hit with a tax bill, I decided to send it back. So, and yeah, so I was a little more interested in the 12K sensor, like the Ursa Cine, but it was probably too much camera for what I would ever need. So I didn't pull the trigger at all. And it was like, but maybe one day I will. But then they released the 12K and I was like, yo, like, that might be the camera. Because, yeah, I really like that sensor. But, yeah. Thomas is here. So Carbon, he's got 2 S1R IIs. And he said he hasn't experienced any overheating issues. Oh, hold on. Let me turn this down a little bit so I don't peak at all. He hasn't experienced any overheating issues with Lexar and OWB cards. I also do want to note that I use the battery grips on both cameras. Okay, so yeah, 95% of the time. So likely that is helping a lot. For some context for me, I haven't used the S1R II as much as I would have liked. But I've got quite a few shoots this month that I'm going to be using it. I've used it on a few shoots and I haven't had any overheating problems without a battery grip. But also I'm doing a lot of start and stop recording. I'm not really doing much long recording takes. However, doing YouTube stuff, you know, I've done some long takes. It's been my main A-roll camera since it came out. So I've done some long A-roll takes in my basement and it still hasn't overheated. I haven't even gotten the warning yet. So, but I have gotten it to get really hot while I'm holding it. I'll be holding it and I'm like, whoa, that's getting really hot. What did you walk into? I don't know when you exactly walked in, Thomas, but Daddy, you say. Were we talking about Daddy? Camera Tim? Have you got the DW XLR2 audio handle? I don't yet. If so, how do you feel about the capability of recording 32-bit float audio? So it's not, man, it's actually going to be, I just realized it's going to be very applicable to me this month, basically. I love the ability because when I went to an event that I shot, corporate event, it was like in February, I was like, man, I really wish I had the XLR2 right now because then I could just plug in the camera, plug in straight into the XLR2. I wouldn't even really have to worry about audio. So this month, though, I'm doing some like interview type stuff. And so helping a buddy out with some shoots. And I'm going to be, I don't have it yet. Okay, this is where I need to just buy it as soon as it comes into stock because I feel like Lumix has been like, they've been like dragging me along. They're like, yeah, we're going to send out all those we're going to send you an XLR2, I promise. And they're like, oh wait, but it's out of stock now. Oh wait, we don't have budget. And I'm like, just tell me yes or no so I can buy it or not because I don't want to buy it. And then you guys send me one. But yeah, I'm likely as soon as I see it in stock, which maybe it's in stock right now, I should just pick one up because yeah, I'm going to need to do a section on the XLR2 that's going to be available in the Lumix Pro course. If you want to learn more about my course on Lumix, check the link in the description. It can be internal, but Blackmagic won't do that, I think, as much as I would love it. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I don't know what will I don't know. Just so you know, guys, too, Lumix, they don't influence any of my opinions or whatever. It's kind of stupid that I have to say that now. But yeah, I am pretty involved with Lumix these days. And just know too, in regards to any future products, I'm going to be under any kind of NDAs. So if people mention rumors, I'll just be speaking as if I don't know anything. So if I did know anything, I can't tell you anyways. So just keep that in mind when you're asking anything about that. So I'll be speaking very subjectively, or subjectively, is that the right word? Objectively? I don't know. Speaking very like I don't know anything. So taxes are the worst. I know. The only reason, so the biggest reason that I owe taxes is because I've been a sole proprietor for the longest time. However, last year I made enough money towards the end of the year that my CPA was like, you're actually going to need to be an S corp now in order to take advantage of other tax things. So I hadn't been paying really any taxes all year, and yeah, so that's why I got hit with a way bigger tax bill this tax year. And I was not, I knew that it was probably coming, and so I had a bunch of money in savings, but it's going to completely deplete my savings. And so I was like, I'd like to have at least some cash on hand. Do I really need this Pixis right now? Probably not. So I ended up sending it back just so I can have some cash in my savings for emergencies, because that's important. But now we're set up as an S corp and we pay our taxes every month because, I don't want to get hit with another big tax bill. So the Pixis, 12K Pixis is insane. Honestly, that was one of the ones I did not see in the cards from Blackmagic. I did not see them putting that sensor in the Pixis body. It's exciting, man. What's your thought on the Blackmagic autofocus? This is where I was kind of sad to get rid of the Pixis because I wanted to hold on to it to wait and test out the autofocus. It's pretty exciting. That's another thing. I think Blackmagic's honestly kind of killing it. That's another thing I did not see in the cards from Blackmagic was autofocus. Who knows how good it is? I do have a really good relationship now with B&H. So I don't want to say anything yet, but I think after this month, there's going to be a new age on my channel is what I'm calling it, because I've got a meeting with an agency as well, like what's it called? Like for content creators. And hopefully they can start negotiating some of my integrations and sponsored deal videos. And I can start focusing less on collaborations as well. That's also just my own fault, but less on collaborations. So that's like lens reviews and stuff like that, and more on stuff that I want to make. And some of that and most of that just involves like experimental stuff on Lumix settings, more Lumix focused, just kind of inspirational stuff. One in particular that I want to do in the next probably in the next month or two, is I want to do another video on live view composite, because I just feel like that's such an underrated feature that is pretty much only available, as far as I know, on Lumix cameras. And I think that would be, I think I've already done one video on it, but I think I need to do another one to try to get the point across on why live view composite is so cool. So anyways, it would be great if this agency things work out and they can start negotiating like an integration with like Storyblocks and brands like that, basically brands that are relevant to you guys, MPB, and I can basically make the content on whatever and do that, because I don't want to do too many like full on sponsored videos. And as much as I love as much as I love doing collaborations, let me grab something back here. I know this live stream is supposed to be more about the S1R II, which If you guys have questions, feel free. My thoughts on the S1R II, I still love it. The sensor is amazing, and and the image is amazing. I just love that we're finally getting to like the big boy stuff, it feels like, when it comes to Lumix cameras, right? We're getting to like the S-series cameras and stuff like that. We also got a ton of people joining L-Mount Alliance. These guys aren't a part of the L-Mount Alliance, but yeah, this is the LUMIX A. Is that a mark? I thought that was a hair. Here, we'll spin it around. This is the LUMIX A 1.485. Video coming out on this guy. And then this is the TT Artisan 75mm f2. So, yeah, a lot of these guys aren't a part of the L-Mount Alliance, Mike and TT Artisan, but having third-party lens options, I'm really excited about, because it just shows people made fun of the L-Mount Alliance back in the day, but now it finally, I guess this isn't even applicable to the L-Mount Alliance, but finally like third-party lenses are being made for L-Mount, so it's just kind of exciting to see that type of stuff. Man, I'm getting behind on chat. So anyways, that's happening, and hopefully that will go well. We've also got, like I said, it feels like we're getting into the big boy stuff with Lumix. And I've got my short film script. I still need to make a video on that now that I'm home and traveling less. Hopefully I can get into those as well. Okay, man, I need to catch up with chat. 40 people in here, by the way. I'm stoked everybody's joining in. Now that I'm back, it seems like people popping in are liking the new format. You mentioned you were an S-Series daddy or something, I forget. Yeah, S-Series is in like Lumix S-Series. So like I was one of the quote-unquote original creators making content on a Lumix S-Series camera. So the Lumix S1RII. Slightly disappointing if the next Panasonic camera isn't a strong video-focused camera. I agree, because as much as I love the S1R II, and it is a strong, video camera. The overheating, the battery life, and I feel like there was one more thing. I can't remember, but the big things are the overheating and the not as good battery life. It feels like we took so many big steps forward, but those two things feels like we kind of took some steps back in terms of like video. So that's kind of how I feel about the S1R II. But man, it has made me really want to get more into doing photos, because yeah, I love the sensor on this camera. I need to make a video too about like, you kind of need to approach exposure on this camera much differently than past Lumix cameras. So something I do. Let's see. Oh, leaving Fuji, but I'm so used to my shadows and highlights having good stees due to my anamorphic setup. I like the options Lumix have available for my varied lens aspects. I just love the features that are in Lumix. That's the thing that keeps me. Excuse me. I actually think that this is kind of a prediction that I have in terms of the future of cameras. You guys ready to hear it? I feel like I should make a video about this too, but we'll see. Maybe I've said it before. I feel like what camera brand you choose is actually going to matter less in the future. It's going to matter more what mount you're using. So L-Mount Alliance, L-Mount, because I'm like, I can use all my lenses if I buy a Pixis, or if I buy a Leica, or if I get the DJI. It's a little bit different with DJI because of the Ronin. That's a little bit different, but anyways, yeah. Keep up the awesome work, bro. Love your stuff. I appreciate that. Happened to me last year. You said escort. Oop. How does the S1R II compare to the S1H for video image quality? I think if you're very particular about a optical low pass filter, then there's nothing I can do to convince you that the image is better. Personally, I think the image looks better, in my opinion, on the S1R II. But that's the other thing too, is like the past 5 years, man, like I feel like any camera like looks good these days when it comes out. So it's kind of how I feel. 5,000 RGB W 12K sensor body, like what? Yep, that's exactly how I feel. That new sensor, it's risen me up. We'll just put it that way. For talking head and podcast stuff. Are you talking about the S1R II? Sorry, what are we talking about? We're not talking about the... Oh, you've been using the autofocus for Blackmagic, is what you're saying. There's a person calling me while I'm live. Does he know that I'm live right now and he's trying to troll me? Should I answer it? Yeah, nearly 16 stops of dynamic range as well. Yeah, that's another reason too. Crazy dynamic range. Yeah. I say shill, baby, shill. I don't... See, I said like I'm a Lumix shill back in the day. And like it is true to an extent. I'm actually going to say this in one of my next... Not my next video, maybe. I don't know. Maybe my next video. I'm not sure which video is going to come out. But I'm going to say this. I'll just say it now, is like I don't think there's any way. I don't think there's any way now that I can say that I'm unbiased towards Lumix. One, I've got, great relationship with Lumix. They send me tons of, loaners that technically I don't get to keep, but they also haven't asked for any of them back. So like, well, they asked for one back, but that was the GH6 way back in the day. I now have a course that Lumix didn't tell me to make, but I make it on my own, that is about teaching about Lumix cameras. My YouTube content is about Lumix cameras. At this day, I am just so deep into Lumix that it's like I'm biased towards Lumix. Doesn't mean that I try to still give insight and things that you guys should think about when it comes to these cameras, but at this point, I'm biased towards Lumix, guys. So yes, I'm a quote-unquote shill, but a Lumix shill, but I just like their cameras. They're the most fun to use, in my opinion, so can't wait for more S Pro lenses. Yeah, that's how I am, too. Got to check out the 7 Artisan Cine lens. I did see them at NAB. They look pretty cool. There's so many Cine lenses. I actually do have one of 7 Artisan's 120 millimeter macro Cine lens. There will be a video on that as well. Miike lenses are so good value. I agree. I'm really excited. S1RII, I wasn't going to say yes because I already had this one, but S1RII, after they joined the L-Mount Alliance, they are sending me the equivalent to this one in L-Mount, and that's technically first party, so that's the only reason I said yes to that one. So you have a choice on wide angle lens, more towards budget friendly if possible. Wide angle lens. How wide would you need? And how budget? That's the best. Those are the best questions I could ask. Rumor is the next camera is the S1R II 24-ish megapixel. Yeah. I saw the rumors, so we'll see. S1R II. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what it is. Got an S9 recently. I love this camera so much. I might be a Lumix guy now. So funny thing, the S9 is becoming my second top search term on my channel. And one of my Lumix S9 videos may outperform start outperforming all of my videos on all of the videos I've done on Lumix over the years, which I feel like shouldn't be surprising because the Lumix S9 is more for, budget people. But I should have another video soon, actually, on the S9. It'll be kind of a cool one. I'm going to be helping set up, speaking of which, I need to send that email. I'm going to be helping set up a S9 for a tattoo shop. So that'd be cool. Welcome. Might be a Lumix guy now. You're starting to understand. L-mount is great. I agree. I love L-mount, Preston. It used to be like, I get the jokes way back in the day when people would kind of joke about the S9 or the L-mount alliance. It was just like, it was like Sigma and Leica and Lumix, and like Leica is in a lot of ways is out of reach for a lot of people price wise. And then there was Lumix, and then there was Sigma, and there wasn't even tons of lenses available. But I'm like, it feels like things are starting to really pick up, and lots of brands are like, oh, wait, we want to be a part of L-mount Alliance now. And yeah, so it's exciting. I love Fuji and still use the X-T3 as my main personal workhorses. I do hope they don't fall behind on the video side. Yeah, the B-RAW with the XS20 and XM5. Yep, 6.2 open gate is huge. Yeah, their new like budget one, it's pretty cool. It was like $8.99 or whatever. The Fuji one, yeah. Put them on speaker. We want to talk. Yeah, it was Matthew that was calling me, guys. But I denied him hard. I left him to the voicemail. Get wrecked. Actually, I think I need to change my voicemail. I think it's still on my I'm in Japan voicemail. So if I want to switch my camera from a A7S II, do you think the S5 II is a good upgrade? Yes. From an A7S II, 100%. I used to own the A7S II, and if you were going to say A7S III to the S5 II, I'd be like, I mean, there's arguments, to maybe stay on the A7S III, but if you're on an A7S II, yeah, S5 II is like a no-brainer, in my opinion. S5 II, A7S II, because I don't even think the A7S II had like 4K 60 or anything like that. Like, yeah, you're gonna feel that upgrade going to an S5 II, in my opinion. Let's freaking go, Lumix. Yeah, so everybody say hi to Matthew, the only mod on this channel. I think. I should mod some other people too. If you consider it for a professional video, don't buy it. It overheats way too fast for video. Speaking from experience, yeah. If you're gonna, I think the S1R II can be a great B-roll camera, but if it's gonna be your main workhorse, then you got to be weary, of the overheating. I can't lie though, man. The image quality, like the colors and everything on the S1R II is like, oh, I shoot in the standard profile all day. Like, it looks amazing. I love it. Sensor on the S1R II, disgusting. I have the Z8, and with tweaks and adjustment, the AF is very, very close to the Z8. A few firmware adjustments will get it up there with the Nikon at any minute. I kind of agree. I mean, I don't have experience with the Z8, but I think what I'm saying is I agree that a few firmware updates, the S1R II is going to be pretty far ahead. Like, give it a year or two, I think it's going to beat it out. But then Nikon could have something new by then, like a Z8 Mark II. So Nikon's actually kind of killing it too. Not going to lie. Yeah, for photography, it is amazing. That's how I feel. The S1R II is now, like, as much as I love the S9 and stuff like that, for anytime I'm taking photos now, I always pick up the S1R II. It's not even a question now. It's like S1R II or break when it comes to photos. It looks so good. We got a lot of people coming in here talking about switching. Someone convinced me to switch from my Sony to Lumix, please. I'm scared. Bagface. It's a nice name, by the way. I switched from Lumix, or from Sony to Lumix long time ago, and it wasn't that scary. But here's what I'll say, it's really easy for me to say, like, because of the features that Lumix has and what they're doing with the S1R II and stuff like that, I don't know if Sony will ever do a lot of the things that Lumix is doing in their cameras, because I feel like it would hurt their higher cost cameras like the FX6 and the Venice and the Burano and and those cameras. So I don't know, it depends, but if you're happy where you are, though, I just think Lumixes are more fun because of the features they have. Like image quality, I think image quality now, it's like all cameras look good these days. Man, I really need to catch up with chat. All cameras these days look good, so it's more about features for me now. Under 20 millimeter, I have the 20-60 kit and 28 to 105. I wish it was oh, you have the 28 to 105, yeah. But need something wider for landscape photos. Do you need autofocus? That's another question. I mean, it's for, you said wider for landscape photos. I mean, maybe the Sigma. I'm trying to think of budget wide angle lenses though, because like even the Sigma 16 to 28 is not really budget. There is a lens from Laowa that's coming out soon. They actually wanted me to make a video on it, but I'm too busy and I had to say no. So watch out for a Laowa lens coming soon. I'll say that way. I don't know what it's going to cost, but I think that's going to be the one if you want wider for landscape. Is it that much better? I've heard Vlog is way better to work with. In my opinion, I will say that coming from Sony, and even still when I work with Sony footage, I enjoy working with Vlog. I think it looks better. Again, that's very subjective. Anything can look good. Personally, though, I prefer Vlog over using... I feel like it was like S-Log 2, and then I like switched to S-Log 3, and then like I like kind of liked them for different reasons, and then they came out with S-Cinetone, but like S-Cinetone's not really a log profile, and like there still wasn't like a log that I liked from Sony. Maybe I would like it, you know, on like the Venice or something, but yeah. When I was shooting with Vlog on the S1H, I was like, oh damn, like this looks amazing and it's easy to work with. This is my opinion. Picked up the S9 myself, jumped on the Pixis 12K, so needed a second body with L mount. May pounce on the S1R II when I see a good deal. Been on your page watching all the S9 vids. I feel like I don't even have very many S9 vids too. I've got a lot of people. I probably need to make more content on the S9. This is another reason why I am, in a way, seeking representation with an agency, because I just don't have time or the care. This is what happens, okay? The endless cycle with me right now is that I'm not represented right now. Like, I don't have an agency, and I feel like I'm maybe just barely big enough to get an agency on YouTube, but I always have brands reach out to me over email, and I just don't have time or the care to go back and forth, discuss rates and whatnot. And so I'm just like a go with the flow type of person. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I got these videos I could do, but like, yeah, that one sounds interesting. I could make something out of that. Sure. Yeah. So I just say yes a lot of the times to just like collaborations. And I need to say no. It's my fault. So, and at the beginning of this year, I was like, I will only start making videos if it's on like lenses. And then all of a sudden this is, by the way, this is amazing that this happens to me. It's not a complaint, but then I get a bunch of requests for lenses that I was not expecting. And so it's done the same thing, endless vicious cycle. But if I'm like, hey, if an agency is just negotiating all this for me, I don't have to think about it. I'll just think about making cool videos about Lumix for you guys. And tips. Yeah, that $800 body, that's the Fuji. Color run. Sold. Sold. Buying it. It was that easy? That easy, huh? Hey, and if you want to learn more about how to use that Lumix camera, hint, 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 shameless plug, I have a course. Oh, speaking of course, in terms of updates, wait, let me catch up with this before I talk about my course again. I think I'm addicted to the A7S3 12,800 base. So clean and handy to have. I almost guarantee that the base ISO at 4,000, maybe I shouldn't say guarantee, but personally the 4,000 base ISO, or if you went to 12,800 on the Lumix, I bet it would be pretty close to the base ISO on the A7S3. Just my opinion. I should make a video on that, honestly, because there's a lot of misconceptions, in my opinion, when it comes to Lumix and its low light. I have shot 20,000 ISO, and I'm like, damn, that looks really good. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not as picky, but I get it, though. 12,800 as a base, that's really high. It looks nice. Oh, yeah, A7S2 didn't have 10-bit internally or externally. Yeah. You will love the S5 II. I totally forgot about that, too. Yeah, that actually was kind of an easy sell, so I'm not going to lie. Can you mod me? Only very special people get modded, so. Does the overheating only occur with constant record, or if I'm taking 5-minute clips with some pauses in between, will it still overheat? So that's pretty much what's happened with me, is that I pretty much will only do like 2 to 3 minute clips, if that. Sometimes it hasn't overheated on me yet, with breaks in between. So I would say no. I want to say no, but it just hasn't happened to me. Bear in mind too, it is not very hot where I am yet. It's still like 60 to 70, 80 degrees. And so I think I will be able to stress test in the real world my S1R II more come summertime. Give it like a month and a half. Maybe it will overheat. Hey, Azrael. He has arrived. Did you upload more of that footage? I don't remember if you texted me. It's funny, I'm usually extremely responsive, but I just have been really bad lately, but I'm home now, so hopefully that helps. What time is it? I have an important call in an hour, so can't forget it. And Matthew just plugging my course again. By the way, shout out to Matthew. He's my top affiliate for my course. Shout out to him. So yeah, there's a link to the course, everybody, if you want to check it out. I need to catch up on these, man. We got a sell offer. Make the S9 with the 20-60. That's another thing too, is like the S9, now that it's been out for a year, it's starting to have some crazy deals on it. So switching from the EOS R to the S5 II. Did you know that it's not EOS, it's EOS? Fun fact. Welcome, though. Lumix. Lumix is trending. This is what I'm saying. It's a new age. A new age is coming. Switched from Canon to Nikon to Lumix. I'm down to one Nikon, and it's my Z8, and I'm debating on selling that to fund another L-mount Alliance camera. I'm waiting for more firmware updates and tweaks. Yeah, like one of the things that's kind of annoying, it'll come, is the frame markers on the S1R II. There's no frame markers. It's like, what? That's on all the old cameras now, but it's okay. Aja, are you okay? My dog's acting weird. You okay? Are you stuck over here? Are you stuck? Yeah. It's okay. You can go, Aja. You can go. She's trying to figure it out. S5 II. I got S1R II 2 days ago and love it so far. Super bummed there's no wireless access point remote control, though. Seems like the S5 II had it and they stopped on this one. Wireless access point. Are you talking about like the Lumix Lab app? I'm pretty sure you can control it all with the Lumix Lab app. Here, I can even double check. I'm pretty sure it works with the... Oh, just connected to this camera. Hold on. Add new camera before you break it. This is a live Bluetooth function is on. You need to add a new device. Pair. Boom. We're pairing now to the S1R II. Boom. We're paired on the Lumix Lab app. And then I can go to this little function here called camera control. Boom. It's now connecting over Wi-Fi. It does take a minute. It's not like that fast. I wish it was that fast, but it's actually pretty good. Searching for devices. Connect. Now it's connecting, and now we should see it pop up. Boom. There it is. We're connected now. That easy. And here, let's point it. We'll point it this way at maybe at this, because that side's boring. We'll point it towards this. Here, maybe I'll change it to, oh wait, I can go like this. Hey, we can go boom. I can change off of Vlog even, because I'm on Vlog right now. Let's go to standard, because I love the standard picture profile. Boom. We're on the standard picture profile now. I can even rotate this. Boom. Oh, I see what you're saying now. You want like literally direct access. I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, you can't anymore. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Look who came in here. Happy birthday. It's my birthday again. 2 months in a row. Appreciate the $5, Cam. Welcome in, Cam. Cam, you might be the L-mount father. Would you take that title? All I need really from Lumix now is a good pancake lens. I actually totally agree with that too. Any rumor update about an S1H Mark II? None that I know of. Sorry. I don't know any. I'm not the guy to ask about rumors. What's his name? Andrea? Is that his name? He's the one to ask. Switch from Canon because of their insane price. I get that. Politics on the new R lenses. Yep. Super happy with Sigma and Panasonic S glass. Will never be going back. Welcome. That is the whole reason that I stay away from Canon, because it's so expensive. Sony's like expensive, but like Canon's like, bro, like if Lumix releases an S Pro, bro, right? I am 100% with you on that one. I wish they would make an S Pro 16 to 35 f2.8. Come on. Like the f4 is great, but like I want an f2.8 because it's not even for the bokeh, it's just for the low light, right? Do you think Panasonic would ever release an FX3 competitor? I guess it depends on what you mean by FX3 competitor. Do you mean FX3 competitor in terms of like the body style or in terms of like specs and features? Sigma 17 f4 DG contemporary lens L-mount black, $599. There we go. Is it better than the GH7? The S1R II? I don't know about that actually. In terms of video, I don't know. Oh, man, that's a tough one. I think it just depends if you prefer full frame or micro four thirds. I think the GH7 is more reliable. That's a better way to put it. I was already buying the course. That was a given. Okay. Well, welcome. I appreciate you, by the way. Speaking of the course, I'm a bit more caught up on things. Speaking of the course, as far as updates go, I've just been really busy the past, basically since the beginning of the year, but I kind of took March and April to focus on real life things and like work stuff, not like family stuff. My family's fine. We're happy. We're good. Just like work stuff. So in terms of updates to my course, S1R II section will be coming soon. And also, I am working on English captions. I sent out an email to everybody that's a member of the course. Actually, everybody that's just subscribed. And the overwhelming, ask was that I make captions for English. and not worry too much. Aja, are you having a hard time getting past that? Aja, why don't you come this way? Aja, come this way. Why don't you go that way? Are you stuck? Huh? Are you stuck? You can't get past all my mess, huh? She can't get. She doesn't know what to do. She's trapped. Aja, why don't you go over there? So, anyways, the big things. Yeah, I'm working on S1R II section and English, adding English captions. So that's going to be coming. Hopefully, I don't know if I want to put a timeline on it because I'm not sure, but know that English captions will be like the next big thing that I add. Hold on, my dog is stuck over here. Come on, Haja. You can jump over this. Come on. It's okay. Good job, Haja. She was stuck. I've got a bunch of cables running to my camera and she didn't know how to navigate it. So anyways, there you go. There's an update as far as Lumix Pro course. So hard to find low light tests. I'm going to do some low light tests. I think I should do that. I know some people at Sony that I can borrow. That's another thing I just remembered. So I got a pretty good relationship now with B&H Photo, and they said that they're okay with me borrowing certain gear for videos. Obviously, I have to send it back. So that will also be helpful in terms of content if I want to make something on like a piece of gear that I don't have, I can just borrow it now. I don't have to pay money out of my own pocket, so that's nice. I wish they'd fix the horizontal portrait flipping in Lumix Lab. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I agree. I think you could do Lumix Lab. I guess it only works over USB-C, though, right now. Or, sorry, Lumix Flow. Hopefully they make that wireless. That would be nice. Nope. All right, that's fine. I use the BGH1, and even though it doesn't have a second native ISO, it still looks good at that ISO. Yeah. The GH7 looks really good, actually, in low light. I don't have experience with the BGH1. But if it looks good, I'm going to trust you. We need to catch up on the course. Have some spare time this weekend, so planned on binging. Binge it, man. There's also, for those who don't know, there's 3.5 hours in the course and constantly adding more. My guess is there's going to probably be, once the S1R II section is done, maybe another hour. There's a lot of stuff I need to cover on the S1R II, so yeah, maybe another hour. Something, I guess I can tell you guys this too. Once I flesh out the course a little bit more, because I had a few people say that, which I get it, but also I'm like, I mean, I also add in my own thoughts and opinions on certain things, but they said like the course feels like it's just a manual read, which I understand. That is kind of the point of the course, is to essentially make the manual in video form. But I also provide a lot of different things in the course as well, besides just, talking about what all the features do. And this is not, the course isn't going to just exist as a manual read. This is kind of what I call phase one. I need to just get all this information out there to exist in the platform before I start moving on to specific tutorials that I want to do on Lumix cameras. Like one of them that I like to do that I'm sure you guys are curious of is deep sky photography. So yes, I want to make videos like that. Some job shadows. I've actually filmed a few job shadows of shoots I've done. Kind of talk more about that, about my thought process when it comes to a production on the certain size. Anyways, yeah, I have lots of plans for the course. It's just something that's probably not going to happen till possibly way later this year, if not next year. So, but I need to flesh out the course. I need to finish phase one is what I'm calling it before I move on to phase two. So currently filming an Airbnb in Texas. How do I make it cinematic? You go to shameless plug, my free trial of MusicBed, and then you go to my MusicBed playlist and you find music from there. because guess what? I am a friend of the a friend of the music bed, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. I'm a friend of Music Bed. I'm technically a partner with Music Bed now, guys. If you want a free link in the description, shameless plug, check it out. If you haven't used Music Bed, I've used Music Bed since like 2016, like 9 years. So love taking your class. But can you record audio or video to S5 IIX while using an Elgato Cam Link? Yes, you can. So yeah, actually, right. Yeah, it's funny that you asked that because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I've got a Elgato Cam Link going into my computer right here, and I'm taking the audio from the XLR2 over HDMI from the Cam Link into my live streaming software. So Pops, yeah, the CEO, that is possible. So 2 Blackmagic 6Ks, G2 Canon. My new S5 II and S1R II 24 to 105 are sharper, nicer looking imagery with autofocus and IBIS. I'm sold. Yep. Dude is actually good at it. I know he is good at that. What's up, Brandon? You finally got the S1R II. That's what we're talking about right now. S1R II. Let me know what you think of it, by the way, Brandon, because yeah, that's what we're kind of talking about. S9 II, honestly. I kind of am on the same boat. An S9 II, give it like a side kind of grip. Maybe make it a hybrid competitor to the, what is it, the Sony ZV-E1? Or the the ZV-E1 or the E1. Basically, they took the A7S III and put it in a small body. Make it a competitor to that. Give it a little side grip, but make it a hybrid, right? Like it's a hybrid right now, but it's like a hybrid. That's how they compete against that one. They both overheat, so like, but the Lumix actually does not overheat for quite a while, so it does a good job. I am hurt that you didn't laugh at my S1R 2 days ago joke. Did I just read that and just breeze right past it? Oh, you said I missed this one too. There is definitely frame markers on the S1R 2. There's frame markers, but there's not multiple frame markers. And now my wife is calling me. Hang on, guys. This is one I do need to answer. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Very top secret. Very, very interesting things that my wife told me. Extremely. You guys will be very interested in what she said. Hope to see an S1 too. My S1 is starting to see better days. Fun fact, actually, the S1 II, everybody might think like the S1 II was actually was the camera that convinced me that I wanted to invest in a Lumix. But then the S1H, I almost said S1H Mark II. I was like, I don't have that camera. The S1, and now all the comments are going to be like, oh, wait, yeah, he probably has that. I don't have an S1H Mark II. Anyways, the S1H, when I saw the video, the short film, I was like, it was basically between an S1 and an S1H. But I watched a video on the S1H, the short film thing, the Kepler thing. That's what convinced me to buy that. So the S1, I'd love to see an S1 too. Even like the S1H. It's kind of seen better days now. If I didn't pay attention to rumors, I probably wouldn't have been so disappointed about S9 release. I hated it because I expected something else. My false expectations ain't Lumix's fault. I'll be honest, like even in the event that we went to, I was not expecting the S9. That was a big surprise camera, but it's cool. Dummy battery recommendation for the S5 II. Going to be using it for streaming as well as video content. I would probably only get Panasonic or possibly Condor Blue, but honestly, I think the Panasonic dummy battery one, I would only buy that one. It might be a little bit more expensive. I wouldn't go third party. They just can't guarantee them that they could potentially ruin the camera or give you problems. So, yeah, it's a little bummer. It's same with like Panasonic batteries. I wouldn't buy third party. I would only buy Panasonic batteries. It's just kind of like memory. Like I just wouldn't, I'd rather not risk it. I'd rather not risk a third party battery to give me problems. I know that a name brand Panasonic battery is not going to give me issues. Same with like a dummy battery. It's not going to give me issues. Anyways. So yeah, I would only go with Panasonic brand. I'm boring. I just go. There are some things that I do third party, but yeah, that batteries and dummy batteries are things I don't mess with. Even when I was shooting on Sony back in the day too, I didn't buy third party batteries. You can download the iPhone version of the iPad, but not a good vibe. Yeah, I think they're trying to add support for Android tablets. Maybe not. I don't know. Because there's so many different ones. So, which is better, Vlog or ARRILOG C3? They are just different. Different workflows, different flavors. One or the other isn't really better. I still prefer Vlog. It would be cool if Panasonic maybe did ARRILOG C3 on the S1R II, but they haven't said anything about that being a possibility, so that would be cool. Rumor is for Phase 3 of Dustin's course, he teaches how to film a big budget feature film with the S9. Hey, shh. I thought I had you sign an NDA. What are we doing? That's what I'm going to shoot my feature film on. Feature film. I don't have a feature film. Short film. I have an idea for a feature film. That's what I'm going to shoot my short film on, is the S9. Actually, you guys you're going to be disappointed in me because I hate on Red so much. Quote unquote hate. I used Red a long time. You know, the image looks amazing. I just don't like the workflow. I don't like how expensive the accessories are. All that type of stuff. For 90%, maybe if I was shooting big budget films, I would like them more. But speaking of which, my short film might be shot on a Red Monstro. So, yeah, it's probably not going to be shot on Lumix. Lumix is going to be so sad when they hear that. They're going to be so sad. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Red, but like Cameron Tim said, but my buddy has a Red Monstro. I think I would be crazy to not use it if it came down to it. The only other camera that I want to possibly shoot my short film on is the Blackmagic 12K. So those are the two cameras I'm debating of shooting my short film on, for those who are curious about my short film. I'm going to make a video about my short film, I promise, guys. Just been a minute. My XLR2 on the GH7 has had a weird white noise pops up during audio spikes. I returned the XLR2 and got a new one, and it still does it. Very strange. Are you plugging in? Are you talking the noise comes from any source, like the XLR or the auxiliary? Because, yeah, that is strange. Really digging it so far. Haven't put it through its paces yet, but I have a shoot this weekend. I'll test the overheating. It's hot and humid in Louisiana. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I can't lie. It's pretty dry and cool right now where I am. So I haven't really had many opportunities to test the overheating on this. I do, yeah, I have a shoot this weekend where I'm going to be using it though for the B camera. GH7 will be A camera, S1R II will be B camera, but it's going to be the B camera for like a talking head. I'll be indoors, so, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it does. Wife's asking about all these credit card charges for something called Lumix. There is no credit card charges for Lumix. There's going to be credit card charges for like, what's probably, I'm trying to think, what do I buy these days? Lighting. That's what it would be. Be like, yeah, what is this? You know what? I've been digging newer lights. I can't lie. The price, the quality, the capability of the app. Like, I've really wanted to be on Amaran's list of people. They gave me this at NAB. This is one of their Ace 25C, whatever. So yeah, they gave me this Amaran at NAB. It's a cool camera. I need to charge it and stuff, but I don't know. I think I like newer lights. I'm not going to lie. Call me basic. Because, yeah, I've got this light right here is a newer light with like a snoot attachment on the front. I've got a flat like LED panel right there. There's a little like light bar LED panel. And I think this is like a 60 watt COB light. Call me basic. I like newer lights, okay? Answer the wife, but not the bro. Brother. Why you gotta call me out like that? She knows about the Lumix S1RII box camera. Is it gonna be a box camera? Mighty, what are you not telling me? That's your other review. Yeah. It's my other review. Half-Life 3 confirmed. GTA 7 confirmed. Everything's confirmed. Not even GTA 6, GTA 7 already. We got GTA 7 before we got GTA 6. Can you believe that? It'd been more fun shooting on the old Blackmagic Ursus minis than the red. Oh, interesting. Turn the fan on fast will help a little. I've heard that, actually. Any source from the first XLR input does it. XLR 2 does raw line audio, doesn't if it's a microphone. Either with or without phantom power, it causes it a multiple. Huh, interesting. Newer, interesting, yes. Charges are maid cafes. That's why she's calling. She was calling to tell me that she got me dinner. She got me a sandwich for dinner. GVM is my favorite budget option right now, really. They've emailed me a few things a few times, but I've just not replied. They always email me when I'm just busy, and then I just don't email them back. Very strange. I don't know. I run a Sennheiser XLR mic down to a stereo mini and use it that way. Huh. Newer hooked up your entire studio for lighting, which is legit. I don't know how you get these connections, man. They said they would only they sent me 2 things, and then they just ghosted me after that. Everything else I've bought. Portable 80 watt as a killer for my own on locations. Yeah. 13 main new Panasonic camera camming. I don't know. I know about the rumors, but I don't know what's happening. And even if I did know, I couldn't tell you. She got Cam's ad. You got his ad for the June light? June be spending their budget well. They got their target demographic. What's your recommendation for field monitors? I actually really like the Hollyland monitors. Mostly because they're wireless. However, or they can be wireless, the new ones. I do think that the what's it called one. I really hope Blackmagic comes out with a. Okay, I'm talking about the Shinobi 2. Is that what it is? The one that has touch to focus. I really, really hope Blackmagic comes out with a monitor that supports touch focus on Lumix. Because that's my big thing. I want to use. The only reason that I like the external recorders, like, and I don't really like using an external monitor, is because if I'm using autofocus, I end up having to use the side monitor anyways, because of autofocus. It's really annoying. I probably peaked right there. It's really annoying. So please, Blackmagic, make a monitor with touch to focus, so then I can shoot B-raw all the time, and then I can just have the cine, menu pulled up, and then I got my touch focus monitor. If I'm shooting manual, it's different. See, the problem we had on like the S5 IIX, that's pretty much fixed on the S1R II, is S5 IIX, then when you used the monitor, the HDMI lag was so bad that it was hard to manually focus, but yeah. Did she get you the 7-Eleven egg sando? That's our budget right now, yes. She got something better, actually. It was free. You got 5 GVM lights right now. They've been very reliable for the price. Wow. Man, just negotiation. They also reached out like 3 times. Oh, so that's what you did, huh? You left them on the hook. You were like, you know what? We're gonna leave you on the hook. I'm gonna leave them unread 3 times. I actually do want. Yeah, I've left them unread for a little while now. Someone else reached out to me, and I want to ask them about their lights. I really like their lights, because what happens is half the time, I've started to try and like streamline things when it comes to shooting my YouTube videos. At least when I'm down here, I always go more ambitious. But like now when I sit down, the lighting, like, it changes, but I'm like, hey, yeah, like, oh yeah, that backlight right back there, like, yeah, I think I need to bring it up a little bit. So yeah, now, boom, we've got really intense light back there now. Boom. I wonder how this would look with a mist filter. Actually, hold up, I need a mist filter. Okay. You've already seen it without mist filter, so I'm going to add mist filter. Boom. What are we thinking? It's so subtle that it probably doesn't make any difference at all. No, it looks amazing. Did the OG S1 come out before the OG S1H? It did, yes. I know that because I used the OG S1 for a shoot in the summer because I didn't want a camera that would overheat. And we were down south. And then it was that fall that I bought the S1H because it had just came out like a month before. There's the story. The new autofocus on the BM6K is touch to focus. I hear that too. It's super clutch for studio lighting. They use the NAND line. Yeah. Yep. I love having that. The face color is so nice on the S1R II. I agree. It actually I might use it as my streaming camera. That's how much I like it. One of the things I forgot that I was going to mention. Now I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Okay, I remember. So I had somebody when I was at a dinner with a bunch of other creators at NAB. I won't name the brand nor the place, but I heard them talking about live streams. And the reason why they said they don't do live streams in like the camera space or whatever is because they would post the live stream, it wouldn't get a lot of views, and then their next video wouldn't get pushed because YouTube would be like, oh, this guy's not getting a lot of views on this last video he pushed. So then you wouldn't get a lot of views. Personally, I disagree with that. I just think that it's hard to come up with a good, engaging live stream in the camera space. I've actually been pretty impressed with how many viewers we've been able to maintain through this live stream. Maybe I'm just a good live streamer. However, this is an idea I have. Let me know what you guys think. Because I think those things... Oh, and then not only is it hard to make a live stream that is entertaining while you're live, but then it's also hard to make content that is clickable and watchable in a live stream in the long run. And that's why these videos, these live streams actually don't do well. Personally, I just don't care. I just do live streams, I post them, and I forget about them. So I'm kind of like an unorthodox, I guess, YouTuber. I don't really read much into the numbers as much as a lot of other people. And I disagree with a lot of people on things. And yeah, so my idea, it's something that I've thought about for a while. It's just trying to pull it off effectively is to, somehow bring you guys on shoots, do live streams on shoots, or like, what's the word? Like, I do some like street photography stuff or something like that. And I'm live streaming while I do that. And so, yeah. What do you guys think about that? Because I feel like that type of stuff could live on, and then I could even make a video out of that. Like if I was doing some kind of street photography thing, like street photography on the S1R II, and I take some pictures, and then after I take the picture, I like walk up to them and like, here's the picture, and then I use Lumix Lab, boom, send it to my phone, and then I message it to them. And then they got a picture. I could even print out the pictures as well. I don't know. I feel like that could be kind of interesting, and nobody's doing that. I mean, some people are doing that online on social media, but like a Lumix-centric shooter, I don't think there's any photographers that are doing that are Lumix-centric. So it's an idea I have. I don't know if I have the time to do that, but I may experiment one time and try doing something like that. But it's really hard to do a live stream when you're up and about that is consistent, like it doesn't fail, drop out. Like it's hard to do a live streaming experience like that on the go. So that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. So anyways, yeah, Matt would know. As a side note, your early vids on the S1H and the S1 is the reason I purchased both, as I've been a Canon shooter for 30 plus years. Best purchase I made, and they are total workhorses, so thank you. I appreciate that, William. Yeah, William, I've seen William around for a long time, so I appreciate it, man. I'm glad that I provided you some kind of value in that regard, so thanks for telling me. Okay, yeah, he's answering him. I'm often humored by Sony. I'm assuming that's A7 4 users who claim on Reddit that the camera has no overheating issues. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of subjective. It depends on who's using it, what modes they're using it in, stuff like that. Because I had tons of overheating issues. I can only compare to the A7 III. I had lots of overheating issues with the A7 III, but also it's probably because I shot in 4K a lot on that camera, and I was also shooting in very hot environments. So Yeah, I could see, but then yeah, I had some people, they were like, yeah, I never had the A7 III overheat, and I was like, were you only shooting 1080p? They probably were only shooting 1080p. So, and yeah, maybe some of them, yeah, those users live in Canada. Maybe some of them do, because yeah, I'm like, if it's winter here, if it's winter where I live, I don't have overheating issues. But yeah, as soon as summer comes around, it gets hot here, and I bet anybody down south in the humidity, like they're gonna have issues with that camera overheating. Your viewers are itching for a new Panasonic video centered camera. Even I'm itching for that. It's just like S1R II. It's a great hybrid camera. I love it. It's amazing. But like, where's the where's the video centric one? You know, I get it. Brandon thought that was a good call. Trying to get used to S1H or S5 2X, but I've read that OG S1 and S5 are way better than newer cams, excluding S1R II. Might be buying both. Eventually, both will continue to go down. Love your resources. I appreciate it, Garrett. You know, I've seen that a lot too. I've seen a lot of people say like S5 II image quality, like it's so much better. Same with like S1H quality. Maybe I'm biased. I think that the S5 II and the S5 2X, I thought that they looked better than the OG S5. That's just me. S1H, it does have something special about it, but I don't think it's that much better than the S5 II and the S5 2X. After I like repurchased my S1H and I shot a few things like kind of side by side, I was like, it's maybe, I think it's just nostalgia is what happens. Is like, for me, in my head, I was like, man, the S1H, man, it looks so much better. I love the S5 II, S5 2X, but it looks so much better. But then, like, that was such a big upgrade for me coming from an A7 III going to the S1H that, like, image quality, I was like, damn, man, like that S1H, like it just looks amazing. And so to me, that camera, even after I went to the S5 II, S5 2X, it was so much better. But then it kind of feels like now, in hindsight, now that I've shot some stuff, I'm like, I mean, maybe it's slightly better, but I think it's just nostalgia that people are getting caught up in. That's just my opinion, though. Your live stream content is not going to be compared to your YouTube video. That's why they have the tabs, because each is second. Yeah. Going to come to your viewers. I come to your live stream all the time. I never got recommended your vids. For viewers, oh, I see. I come to your live stream all the time. I never got recommended your vids. Yeah, see? The VOD, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. I think people overcomplicate YouTube, in my opinion, but I think it's a lot more simple than people think. That's just me. It's not easy, but it's a lot more simple than people think. Florida gang, see? Yeah. I'm in Miami and people complaining about the S1R II. A few people are returning them. Yeah, I can't blame them in those hot, humid environments. I don't know if the S1R II will be able to hold up. Maybe in photo mode, but I'd have to test it though. Maybe they would just have to shoot. Maybe they're trying to shoot in like 8K though, or even like 6K open gate 60. But then again, so maybe in 4K it'd be fine. But like then again, it's like, but you buy a camera that can do those modes. You want to actually shoot in those modes. So the S5D I think is like that as well. I mean, it's the same sensor, so I'm too chicken shit to record without the battery grip due to the reports of overheating. Yeah. Well, yeah. And I've heard, yeah, if you live in Central Florida, and I've heard a lot. I don't have the battery grip either. It's another thing that Lumix has said to me. They're like, yeah, we want to try and get you a battery grip as soon as we can, but limited stock, tariffs, budget, all that type of stuff is making it hard. So, but hopefully one of these days. Wait, did you get the exact S1H back? No, I didn't get the exact one. I mean, maybe I just didn't know it was the exact one. That'd be cool. I really wish I didn't sell it. my S1H. I wish I kept it, but it's just like with the tax situation though that I'm in right now. Had to get rid of I didn't have to, but I got rid of it so that my business savings account wasn't depleted to zero. So it's just like that. I was just in a moment of needed some cash, and S1H was collecting dust, and it was still worth a decent amount, and so I sold it. I also am just like, dude, I have a closet full of cameras now. I don't need more. Even though I want them, I don't need them. I just need to be happy with what I have. The S1H is my favorite camera ever. Yeah, same. Extremely dated in 2025. Yeah. Patience for a Mark II is becoming very thin. Yep. I agree. As much as I love shooting things manual focus and still do, autofocus is just a tool, and I do like me some nice reliable autofocus. So has us GH users spoiled with long-term shooting capabilities. Yep, no overheating. GH6, GH7 are fan equipped. Yep. Yeah, the GH7 has kind of become more of my go-to A camera these days with the 10 to 25. So YouTube in a nutshell, make your videos for your audience that you want. Yeah, like I think it for YouTube, this is my opinion for YouTube, is that you need to make videos that your audience wants, but then you should also make videos that are for you as well. Because I think the reason why people, they just get too wrapped up in like the views and even me in a way too, but sometimes you just got to make a video for yourself and accept that your audience is probably not going to watch that video. And so you need to trust that video is a good piece of content and that new people will find that video and subscribe to you for that content. So that's kind of my attitude towards my YouTube channel, is that I will sometimes not make a video about really like Lumix at all. It's just a video about like a journey where I take the camera somewhere, not really teaching anybody anything, or even like I'm just using it or something like that. It's not like a spec video or a test video. And it's more of a video I wanted to do with the camera or a certain lens or something. Or I even made a video on 35 millimeter film, and it's not been doing well. It's only got like 1,000 views, and it's been a couple months now since I posted that. But again, I haven't made anything or even talked about 35 millimeter film on my channel. So I just trust that one day it'll find the right audience. That's the way I look at it. I've had a few videos. It's kind of like the S9 stuff. I was actually pretty sad about how my S9 content performed a year ago when I posted it, because it was actually not the launch video, but 2 videos that I specifically posted. I was like, those were like some of my best videos in my opinion. They didn't do as well, but now one of them has got to like 14,000 views now, and it's been a year, but I'm like, it's starting to kind of take off, and I think it's just because S9 stuff has become more relevant, and so, yeah. Oh, he was doing 4K 60? Oh, well, 4K 60 too, but yeah, I get it. Yeah, I kept mine, talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it this far. Someone said the S1R II overheated because of the incorrect CF Express B card used. What are your thoughts? I mean, I guess that could be valid. People get way too into these overheating tests. I don't have time to care. I mean, I can see that being a variable, that like the CF Express B card that you use heats up more, but I think they all get pretty warm. I don't know if that's going to affect much of a difference. I think we just need to accept that this is a power-hungry heat conducive sensor in a small body. So You might be able the best way to negate it is to use the battery grip and to use one of those fan things that I think Dan Hopkins, like a third-party fan you put on the back here when you pull this out. Put like a little fan here to help with the heat. I don't know if the CF Express is really going to make that much difference. It could be a variable. I'm not saying it isn't, but that's just my opinion. The Blackmagic 4K, huh? If you use the S1H today over the other cameras, when would you pull it out? I actually wanted to pull it out. If I'm using cine lenses, I would consider pulling out the S1H because it's like, well, on the S1R II or even the S5 IIX or whatever, I'm going to be shooting in manual focus. So like, maybe pull the S1H out for that. You know, it's kind of how I feel. Or if I know that I'm going to be dealing with some kind of interview or something with really tight patterns, that might like their clothing or something like that. So maybe to avoid some moire, hopefully avoid some moire. That's probably when I would pull it out. So marketing never chase trends, integrate your knowledge with the user personas of your audience. It's not sustainable to chase trends yet. I agree. You get burnt out. I don't even think it's sustainable to do collaborations like what I'm doing. I really need to stop doing that. I kind of like noticed it over the past like month. I was like, man, I need to stop saying that. I need to start saying no to these again and start focusing again back on the stuff I need to do. Because, yeah, you guys want to see more Lumix stuff from me. And I want to do more Lumix stuff. The L-mount stuff is great. The lens stuff is great. And it's cool to see that stuff. But, yeah, I realize I need to make more stuff on the cameras themselves. Picked up the S9 when it was on sale with a free bonus lens. Bonus lens! If you're an OG, you remember me saying stuff like that. It became my daily driver for photography, short video clips, which is most of what I do anyways, and the low light performance is A+. I agree. That's great. S9, it's going to be one of those underrated cameras, especially now that if you can find it for like under $1,000, it's like, that was like the price I was thinking that the S9 was going to come in at, and I was like, bro, it's going to blow away the competition, and then it came in, what was it? Was it $1,500? But maybe it was more. I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, if you can find it for under $1,000, like, even or maybe a little bit more with a lens or a couple lenses, like, yeah, dude, the S9 is a crazy good deal for what it can do. I believe these camera manufacturers need to cease and desist from placing the memory card slots adjacent to the battery. Why concentrate so much operational heat in such a tight space? Where else would you put it, I guess? Why don't we just make the memory internal? Why don't we just make the batteries internal? I know people are not going to like that suggestion. But I know if they did stuff like that, I'm not an engineer, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure there's reasons. It could just be because, yeah, where else would you put it? Kind of hard to find a space for it, but I don't know. Best Buy has a lot of open boxes. Well, guys, I think I've pretty much said everything I was going to say. What do you guys think during these live streams of no music during the talking portions? Putting the card in the top right corner of the cameras. Click them in a hot swap. It's interesting. Could actually put the SD being the monitor. Yeah, because I mean, like, if they made just like thinking about that. If they made the memory internal and like you just copy the off there, I'm like, I feel like it would free up all this stuff and it would help with heat. I don't know though. I feel like that's pretty far away from things, right? It's just right here. Yeah, I don't really know. I guess the battery is right. Yeah, the battery is here. I don't think the battery, though, really is the thing that brings up the most heat. I think it's just the sensor. I think the sensor is what really is what brings up the most heat. I don't know, though. Again, I'm not an engineer, so I don't know all the ins and outs of all this. Outside the case somehow, like we find on traditional camcorders, even if it changes the overall form factor. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get people on board with that. Just buy one of Panasonic's traditional camcorders. They have them. They have them. Is solid. My batteries never get hot. Yeah, because I think like on the S1R II, I noticed that it gets really hot like right here. Like, I guess that's near the battery, but whatever is over, there you go, right here, it gets really hot right there. So I don't know what's over there, what's in there, but whatever it is, it gets hot. I think it's just crazy. There's a fan right here and it still doesn't, like, I'm sure it helps. I'd be curious to know how well this would do without a fan. I guess you could just turn it off and you could see, you could find out. You can turn off the fan, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, turn the fan off on the body, hit record and see how long it lasts. Then like let it cool down, turn the fan on, try again. That'd be interesting. I don't want to do that test but I don't know. I'd find it interesting. Wouldn't want to internal because if you break the camera, you lose it all. How often are you breaking a camera, though? I don't think I've broken one camera. This is the camera, exactly. Clicking through people. One thing I haven't managed to find out yet, how does the dynamic range of the S1R II compare at its non-native ISOs against 4000, 3200, 6400? The equivalent ISOs of the S5 II? It's a good question. That is a good question. I think it's slightly less. As far as I know, it's slightly less dynamic range, just overall even. I don't know the specifics, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's slightly less. Batty Grip ice packs. Just put one of those ice packs on the camera. I've actually done that before. So when I was filming a wedding, my A7 III overheated. I put it in my backpack with frozen water bottles like smushed on like the top and bottom, like closed it. And I just left it in there to try and cool it down. And yeah, I don't know if it helped, but yeah, I was trying to do something so I could keep shooting. Well, okay, I had an A7S. I had another one, but I wanted to shoot it on the A7S III because it looked better, so it was fine. We had a backup. Substantially better ISO performance. Oh yeah, I think the ISO is better. You also have to think differently about, in my opinion, about how you expose and how the range works, the low light works on the S1R II. Spray can down the inside. Okay, now we're getting down a rabbit hole. Diamond range is less on test, but its shadows are work cleaner. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was. Waxter got it. I was trying to basically say that dynamic range is less, but shadows are cleaner. So depends what you prefer: more dynamic range or cleaner shadows. Hey, there you go. 30 times optical zoom that provides full frame equivalent, 600 millimeter reach. That's actually pretty sweet. They had some of those at NAB. I was looking at them. The camcorders they have. Used it as a webcam and it was getting hot. Well, are my memory cards from the improved list? According to Sean from Lumix Live today, you should only use those cards. I have a Pro grade, which I'm pretty sure is, and a next storage. Is that what it's called? So this is a Pro grade. I'm pretty sure the next storage are on the list. I could be wrong, but yeah. Give me overheating sign after about 45 minutes of recording. 1 to 3 minute clips here and there. There it is. There you go. Turning down the LCD screen. I think if you pull the LCD screen just away from the body like this, I don't know if the brightness really matters. It might. I don't know. Had no problems remaining 3 hours. Their phone sensors in it, so it's hard to work with. Yeah. Should I get it for like my kids' sporting events? I actually have one of those upstairs. It's not a Panasonic one. I think it's a Sony one, but it's literally the family camera. My dad passed it down. Wait, you guys want to see it? My dad passed me our family camera that uses cassette tapes. You guys want to see it? We'll see an OG camera. Technically, it was my first camera, I guess you could say, because I did film like a little thing on it when I was really young. I'm going to go get it. It's upstairs. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Here, we'll end with this, guys. My technical first camera. Even though it wasn't mine, I did use it. So now the dust is gone. I can spill the tea on that S1R II. Shh. Here it is. Even got the manual. It's a Sony. You guys are going to be so disappointed in me. Still have your first Samsung camcorder? Let's go. A Samsung camcorder. The Digital 8 DCR TRV 720 TRV 820. Digital Handycam. You guys ready? There she is. The Digital Handycam. I actually kind of want to shoot a video on this. However, I just realized. Wait a second. Does it take the same batteries? I think it does. The NP batteries? Dude, that's sick. Does that mean that... Hold on. No shot. We're merging. You hear that? We're merging old new batteries with old tech. Guys, look at this. This is so nostalgic, man. I need to make a video on this. That was like putting the battery on. That is magical. And like hearing it like boot up, pressing the eject button. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Man. What do we got here? S video. Mic plug-in power? Dude. Yeah, we're going to make a video on this for sure. I'm going to have to figure out how to get the footage off. That's something that is not very supported anymore. Let's see here. Pretty sure the power is over here. Yep, it is. Oh, wait, memory? Hold up. What the? Is this real? Can I shoot on memory card with this? What? I don't have to shoot to tape? Dude. Okay, yeah, I gotta make a video on this. I didn't even know that. Because, yeah, it says memory. Okay, well. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Connect a DJI mic. I was going to put like a modern mic on it or something. Have a Ninja and an AV to HDMI converter. You can maybe bypass the tape. Ooh. Oh my god, dude. This is so cool. Hey, what are you doing over there? It's so shitty, like the screen, but it's still just like so cool. Ooh, that baby needs to be cleaned up. We got autofocus. Dude, you can do manual focus on this bad boy? You can. Bro, this is the coolest thing. Like, now that I like understand cameras. Picture effect? Negative art. And you can do a negative. This is the only picture profiles. Negative art. Mixed modern with old school. Digital effect. What is that? Still? Oh. Display. Okay. Title. I love the sounds, man. Let's see. Fader, backlight, program, exposure. Hey. It's trying to do like auto. Program? What does that do? Damn, man. So cool. Night shot. Hey! We got night vision. Yes. Oh, am I on manual focus still? No. Yes. All right. These things are cool, man. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's my first camera right there. It's crazy that my dad, like, it's crazy that we still use the same battery for this now, you know? Like, that really surprised me. Same battery. The battery is in here. I bet this battery, like, just does not... like, I bet it's so old. Like, my dad was like, gotta make sure to keep this battery because it's probably the only one that'll work for it. I literally have batteries that work for it. Sorry, guys. I'm getting, like, way too into this. Yeah, that's the F730 model. This is an F970. But yeah, still the same voltage and everything. So, like, yeah. Still works, man. Yeah, I bet you like this battery like breathed new life into this camera. Like when I put it on there, it was like, oh yes. Hold on. Let's see if we can get a... So there's a DV in and out. Yeah. I got to figure something out on how I could use like an external monitor and just bypass the tape. Or I figure out a reader. I figure out a reader for this memory card. Because I'm like, bro, if I could shoot on this memory card and just... Pff, that'd be cool. Yeah, we're definitely going to make a video on this. Just for fun. We'll do some like ASMR thing or something like that. Just like that, where I turned it on and it made all the beeping noise, and then you hear the tape like spin up and whatnot. Yeah, we got to make a video on it. Dude, I still got... Dude, this is a gold mine. We've got... composite. Convert this to HDMI, it would probably work. Can you convert this to HDMI? Oh, no, it's right there. Wait, is this fire? Okay, guys. Yeah, you can? Dude, yeah, we could probably bypass this. Yeah, I'm going to save this for the video. I'm just seeing what I've got here. Yeah, here's an HDMI. No shot. Does this thing have a remote? I could even record pretty cheap. Not all will work. Okay. Dude, I can use the remote to record remotely too. I guess we wouldn't be doing that though. We wouldn't be doing that though if we're bypassing it and recording it. We're bypassing the tape. Oh, we got a bunch of tapes in here. All right. Yeah, I need to look up the specs and like, yeah. We'll call this a teaser to this video. So, cause yeah, I gotta make something on this soon too. Cause yeah, it's starting to look really nice where I am now, like colors and everything. It's not too hot. Like, it's go time here. Okay, it's content time. All right. Anyways, guys, project camcorder. It'll probably be something like the first camera I made a film with or something like that. And I'll show like the little film I made when I was a kid. And then I'll be like, pull out the camera. We'll talk about the specs. I can't believe my dad still has the manual. It's wild, man. All right. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the new format for the streams. Yeah, it's going to probably be like this in the future. Yeah. Actually, a very good stream. I'm pretty happy with everybody, the number of people that turned up, and yeah. This stream will continue to be live after the fact. So if you're watching this, after I've gone live, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell button to be notified of more streams. If you're in a 35mm film project, this will be your analog 2.0 experience. Have fun in that little rabbit hole. It's going to be a fun one. Anyways, guys, also, don't forget about the course. If you haven't already, become a Lumix Pro student today. And we'll end it with the trailer, as always. Happy filming. Unlock the full power of your Lumix camera. Introducing Lumix Pro. From mastering every setting to creating with ease, this course is the key to technical confidence for any project and any job. It's the start of your mastery. One payment gains you lifetime access to a growing library of tutorials, digital downloads, sample footage, private live streams, and more. Don't just own Lumix. Become a pro with it.